Hello and welcome to the Rocky Mountain Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us today. We're really excited that you're here to learn about 5 great schools tonight. I have a few housekeeping announcements as we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct your questions to a specific school or schools by including the name with your question, or you can leave a question for all of our representatives to answer about their programs. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. That's why that Q&A button is so important. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening as a part of the programming from the Rocky Mountain ACAC. We hope that you've enjoyed earlier sessions and are looking forward to more. You can head to the same website where you registered for tonight to learn about future sessions. That website is strivescan.com/RMACAC. Also, this presentation is being recorded like all presentations. They'll be available in about a week's time at that same website where you registered. So you can watch this again, share it with family and friends, and also check out more great schools. I'd now like to welcome and turn it over to our first school tonight. We're going to be hearing from Prescott College.
Thank you so much. Hi, welcome this evening. My name is Callan Peterson. I'm Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions at Prescott College, and I'm super excited that you are here to learn a bit more about our schools tonight. So a bit about Prescott College. I always like to, of course, as is natural, start with location. Prescott College is a small private liberal arts university with a focus on social and environmental justice. We're located in beautiful Prescott, Arizona, which is a beautiful mountain town just an hour and a half north of Phoenix. We're up in the Bradshaw Mountains, settled right on the edge of the Prescott National Forest, and our location makes us a perfectly suited launching point for both our experiential field-based learning and all of the things that Prescott is famous for, such as rock climbing, hiking, biking, kayaking, etc. Students even have access to all the outdoor gear that our gear warehouse so that they can take advantage of these opportunities. But of course, Prescott College is about more than just our wonderful location. We are about our students. The key principle behind Prescott is to educate our students to make a living making a difference. Students who come to Prescott College want to make a difference in the world, and that's why we call our students change makers. Our graduates go off to be the change that they want to see in the world, becoming community organizers, founders and CEOs of non-for-profits, and even US senators. And our partnerships with organizations such as the US Forest Service, ECOSA Institute, AmeriCorps, Veterans Associations, and a lot more mean that our students are getting the career support they need to step right out into the jobs that they want. Now, we support our students toward this goal by taking a very different approach to education that has won us several awards for innovation. First off, we follow an experiential model of learning. Lots of schools like to talk about small class sizes, but our classes cap at 20 students and average 11. Students split their class time between hands-on field-based learning and discussion-based Socratic seminars. Students aren't assessed through 200-question multiple choice tests, but instead through projects, presentations, papers, and internships. This allows students to have greater direction over their learning. And because of our small class sizes, students get that direct learning support that they need to make them successful. We are also a block schedule school. This means that students don't take all of their classes concurrently, but instead take just one class at a time for 4 weeks. And this allows students to have both a greater dive into their topic of study, but also greater opportunity for field work. All of this together makes students at Prescott College the drivers of their education, having the ability to not only direct their model of learning, but also having direct control over their degree itself. Now, speaking of degrees, Prescott has a large number of undergraduate fields of study. Can't go through into all of them tonight just because of time, but our most popular include environmental studies, sustainable food systems, adventure education, social justice studies, marine studies, psychology, education, arts and letters, and sustainability, which we're actually a top 10 school in the nation for. We also offer dozens of master's and PhD degrees. Yet again, can't go into all of them. right now, but some of our more popular ones are on the screen. And all of our master programs are available to be taken as accelerated degrees, where students can complete both their bachelor's and master's in just 5 years, saving you both time and money. Now, another way that we encourage our students to take advantage of hands-on learning is through our remote and field-based blocks and semesters. We have options all over the US, but also several field stations that we own abroad. Now, this is different than traditional study abroad, where you just go enroll at another college for a year there or a semester. With us, we own our field stations, and students spend, whether it be a single block, all the way up to a full year at these places learning hands-on, whether it be our Kino Bay Center for Marine Studies, Masailand, Kenya, which is our campus right on the edge of the Masai Mara, partnership with the Maasai tribe, in Telemark, Norway, or in Costa Rica. And we are the only school in the nation that offers an entire full semester in the Grand Canyon. Now, there's a billion other things that I could talk about that I think make Prescott College great, but I'll stick to my short list here. First being that we follow a holistic admissions process. This means that we want to get to know who you are as a person, not just what your grades were in high school. As a result, we require, yes, your high school transcripts, but more importantly, a 2 to 4 page admissions essay and personal reference. We are test optional, always have been, always will be. And it's just really nice for our students to be able to get to be known as a person, be able to explain why their grades are what they are. Prescott is also all about community. And so another really great thing about our school is the campus. We have a beautiful campus, dozens of student-run clubs and organizations, and we are just blocks off of historic downtown Prescott. We also have some incredible LEED Platinum certified dorms for our incoming students. Now, in terms of scholarships and affordability, always an important thing when thinking about school. 99% of undergraduate students who come to Prescott receive institutional aid, and we offer up to $25,000 per year merit scholarships that stack with our other need-based scholarships, FAFSA, and more, making us one of the most private colleges around. And as a private non-for-profit school, we don't have a difference between in-state and out-of-state tuition. So what do you do next? Stay connected. You can find out more, schedule a visit, take a virtual tour, or connect with an admissions counselor, all on our website, prescott.edu. And if you have any questions for me, my contact info is on the screen and in the chat. Thank you all so much, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much, Callan, for presenting on Prescott College. All right, our next school today is going to be Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Hi, my name is Tina Barr. Thank you guys so much for being here this evening. I'm an assistant director of admissions based off of the Prescott campus, but I'll share information with both the Prescott, Arizona, as well as the Daytona, Florida campus. I'm going to kick things off quickly just by sharing a video with all of you.
Yes, data, high fluid thermal conditioning, not required, Max. It's correct flight. GC, go. Guidance, go. FIDO, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. ECOM, go. FAO, go. ACO, go.
So one of the reasons I do really enjoy sharing that video to start, I do like to point out that all of the students in that video are undergraduate students. Over 90% of our campus consists of undergraduate students, meaning that we really truly focus on the undergraduates at our university. The laboratories, the faculty, the staff are truly meant for our undergraduate students. It's one of the reasons I really like to start there. Some quick information. We are definitely very well known for aerospace engineering. We've been ranked number one by ranked number one by US News and World Report. We also have the only and first College of Security and Intelligence in the nation. We also have an aerospace physiology program, which is a phenomenal pre-med program based on our Daytona campus. They do have 100% acceptance into medical programs. So as I mentioned very quickly, I will talk a little bit about the differences between the Daytona and the Prescott campus. The Daytona campus is larger. We do have an average class size of about 27 students, even though they have 7,000 students there. The average class size is still quite small. They also have Air Force, Army, and Navy ROTC. On the Prescott campus, we are a bit smaller, still a very similar average class size, as I mentioned. So the Prescott campus has about 3,000 students with an average class size of 24 students. We also have the Air Force and Army ROTC. We also have a Marine Corps contingency as well. What I will also mention, I do think this is quite impressive in light of everything going on in the world right now, but over 94% of our students within 1 year of graduation have a job specific to the degree. So these are not students that are working for Postmates or Starbucks or kind of waiting for a real job to come along. These are students that have a job specific to their degree. I do think that's really impressive in light of hiring freezes, furloughs, layoffs, and everything going on right now. Our students are still being hired. The application process, I'll touch on quite a little bit. We are on rolling admissions. So typically our admissions process opens about mid-July. You have the ability, so before your senior year, to apply for the campus. We are still accepting applications as well, so it's not too late if you are still looking at options for next year. We do require a high school transcript, does not need to be official. You just need to send a copy to our office. We are test score optional. Has nothing to do with current events. We just recognize that not all students test to their ability. So we haven't required that in some time. Definitely a common question I am getting a lot this year. And then as far as financial aid goes, we do have over 90% of our students do receive some type of financial aid. We offer both merit-based as well as need-based. Merit-based means it's based on your merit, things like your GPA, test scores if you choose to submit that type of thing. It means we do not care how much or how little your family income is. It's just based on your merit. So you're automatically reviewed for that. As long as you have at least a 3.0, you'll receive some type of merit scholarship. And then we will look at your FAFSA. If you're not sure what that is, definitely reach out to either our campus or your college counselor. But the FAFSA is what generates any need-based scholarships. So we will look at that. We also accept any external scholarships. Some contact information for you. So if you do have any questions, you are welcome to reach out to either the Prescott campus or the Daytona campus. You're welcome to take a quick screenshot of that with your phone if you'd like as well. And again, you'll have the main phone numbers there. And then I did include 4 special letters for you right at the top there, PCMS. That is a waiver code for our application. You guys are more than welcome to check out, to use that on the application if you would like. Again, that PCMS for either campus will waive the $50 application fee. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. Please reach out in the chat if you have any questions.
Thank you so much, Tina, for sharing more about Embry-Riddle. All right, we're heading next to Grand Canyon University.
Hello guys, my name is Joel Ibarra. I'm an admissions counselor for Grand Canyon University in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. I would just love to talk to you guys a little bit more about GCU and the great opportunities that we offer in Arizona. Let's see. There we go. So GCU, currently we are home to 22,000 students. We are a private interdenominational Christian institution. We have a great theology course, big active spiritual life on campus. And currently we do have around 16,000 students living on campus. So this could be a great opportunity for you to be part of one of US fastest growing university. I had the opportunity to graduate from GCU in 2009 with 3,000 students attending GCU, and currently we have 22,000. So what makes us different? Why choose GCU? So one of our biggest tradition is our Christian heritage. We have a College of Theology, worship arts on campus. We have, as mentioned, a strong spiritual life, really active on campus with mission trips, Bible studies, multiple spiritual events throughout the week, and community outreach programs to be part of. Everything in our spiritual life is optional. So if you want to add that to your college experience, GCU is a great choice. Start strong, finish strong. Our goal is for you to graduate as soon as possible. We have the 70% of our students graduating in 3.5 years, with a lot of dual enrollment credits from their local junior colleges or universities. Low student debt, amazing scholarships that I'll touch base on a little bit later in the presentation, and a beautiful campus. I mean, don't hesitate to come and visit GCU with a GCU application submitted and admissibility. You could qualify to visit GCU for free wherever you are in the United States. Again, visit GCU for free for a day. Some of our academics programs, we have over 100 undergraduate options for you. We have our College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Most popular programs in that college is pre-med, our engineering, mechanical, electrical, biomedical, and robotics. And we also have forensic science, humanities, and social science are your programs such as psychology, sociology, communication, professional writing. Our College of Education, really focus in primary, secondary education, alongside with early childhood development. Fine arts and production, we have your music, dance, theater, drama, and also our digital design programs. Our Colangelo College of Business, so if you're interested in hospitality management, accounting, finance, management, GCU is a great choice. In our biblical studies, Christian studies, and youth ministries in our College of Theology. And for our College of Nursing, we do have athletic training and our Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. So one of our greatest focal points at GCU is to build community. We have over 22,000 students. Half of those students are from out of state, coming from California, Washington, Oregon, Utah, Colorado, Nevada. So we want you guys to get involved in campus. It could be with some of our academic clubs, our club sports. It could be some of our outdoor recreation programs or esports program on campus. And if you want to include this to your education and college experience, grow in your faith. Again, everything in our spiritual life is optional. Every student is required to take one theology course or Christian view course, but everything else is optional if you want to integrate that to your GCU experience. Athletics, we have two main divisions. We have our Division I athletics alongside with our club sports, which are also really, really competitive. We have from beach volleyball, baseball, softball, track, indoor and outdoor track, soccer, and much, much more programs for you to consider and try out. Dorm life, again, over 16,000 students living on campus. We are currently building 3 more residential halls. So hopefully we could add another 3,000 for following year. We have apartment options for first-year students or traditional dorm suite style rooms on campus. Over 25 restaurants in our campus, bowling alley, rock climbing wall. We have gyms, pools, all for you to take care and take advantage of. So one of the most important things, since we are a private institution, we do not have outside tuition or out-of-state tuition. International students, the cost of attendance is the same. Then we jump into our academic scholarships. Our academic scholarships are just based off your GPA or ACT score. So whatever qualifies you for a higher award, that's what we will award you for 4 years. The only scholarship that does require an unweighted GPA will be our chancellor. All other ones will be weighted GPA. And then we also have additional scholarships that you could take advantage of based on your time you register and your program. So again, feel free to join us. Scan the QR code. It'll lead you straight to our GCU application, free application. This application will directly to a counselor for your specific high school. Thank you guys, and Lopes up.
Thank you so much for sharing on Grand Canyon University tonight. All right, the next school we're going to is Western Washington University.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Western Washington University. My name is Tina Castillo. I am an admissions counselor at Western Washington University. Super excited to be with you all this evening and presenting. Hopefully you can see the photo here. So we are located in beautiful Bellingham, Washington. We are about an hour and a half north of Seattle if you are traveling to Bellingham from out of state. Bellingham's a wonderful city, nationally recognized for being safe, for being a fun city to live in, lots of activities to do, whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or maybe you love getting brunch on Sunday mornings. We definitely have lots of fun activities to do in downtown Bellingham that you're looking at here. And what's great is that campus is just a 15-minute walk to downtown. We are an environmentally sustainable green campus, so we do encourage students to walk, ride, and do other sustainable activities. So it's great to take advantage of the local and independent shops downtown while you're taking a break from your studies, or maybe you just want to do your homework in one of our cafes. The most recent cafe is a cat cafe that opened up downtown, so that's a lot of fun. We have been nationally recognized for being an outdoor lover's paradise because we are right on the bay. Ooh. Presentation's going funky here, but because we are right on the bay, we have the charming traits of a coastal city, like coffee shops, lots of quaint different walks to take, but we also have lots to do in terms of entertainment, food, and the outdoors. So Western is a liberal arts institution. We have over 175 different academic programs to choose from. We have 7 colleges where we organize these academic programs. Some popular majors are psychology, education, environmental science, including marine biology, as well as business management. We also have our Fairhaven College of Interdisciplinary Studies, where students can create their own academic major. Student life is important to us. We don't have a Greek system. However, many of our students participate in our associated student clubs. We have over 250 clubs. So if you're looking to join a community or organization that shares a common identity, whether that's a service-oriented identity, maybe a religious identity, or a multicultural or ethnic identity, we have a club for you. We also have lots of clubs related to our academic majors. So you can join the dentistry club, psychology club, future teachers club, etc. We have all those resources that you need as far as academic support, wellness support, and we want to make sure you're physically healthy, so we have our recreation center as well as our Lakewood Boathouse. A lot of our students also take advantage of studying abroad, so each fall around 700 students go abroad at Western Washington University. So definitely check that out. Finally, if you're interested in applying to Western, you'll want to check out our website. Our application is located on our website. We will ask for your transcripts. Test scores are optional, but you are required to write a personal statement essay as well as a resume of activities list. You'll see letters of recommendation are optional. We also have our Tell Us More optional essay if you want to address anything else to the Admissions Review Committee. There is an application fee. Please use a need-based fee waiver if needed. Our first application deadline is our early action deadline, November 1st, and then our regular decision deadline is January 31st. We encourage students to apply for financial aid. Speaking of, Western Washington University is part of the Western Undergraduate Exchange or WUI program. So when you submit your application for admission, we will automatically consider and review your application to see if you qualify for the WUI. The WUI is based on academic merit, so we will look at your overall cumulative unweighted GPA. And finally, contact us at any time if you have any questions at all. We do offer virtual campus tours. They are live campus tours, as well as information sessions to meet one-on-one with an admissions counselor. And lots more on our website to check out, so feel free to do that. Thank you so much. I'll link my information in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tina, for presenting on Western Washington. And now we're going to be moving on to Washington State University.
Wonderful. Hi, my name is Ivy Donaldson, and I'm an admission counselor for Washington State University. We're going to go over to the other side of the state across about kind of kitty corner from Western Washington University. So WSU's main campus, which I'll be touching on today, is in Pullman, Washington. It's about 5 to 6 hours from Seattle. It's about an hour and a half away from Spokane, which is the second largest city in Washington. And we're just a couple minutes away from Idaho. We're about 10 minutes away from the University of Idaho, and there's actually a bike trail that connects our two college towns together. So we do have other campuses across the state, but Pullman is where our residence halls are, Division I athletics, a lot of our student life, and about 200 different majors to choose from. So let's zoom in here. And on this side of the state, you're going to see a lot more weather. I grew up in the Seattle area, which is very mild, gray, rainy. Eastern Washington is a lot more extreme. So you're going to get a lot of snow in the winter. You're going to have to prepare for that. You're going to get a lot sunnier, warmer summers. But all 4 seasons over there. Pullman is a college town environment, and this is an extreme college town. About 2/3 of the town of Pullman are the students. So we have about 30,000 people in Pullman, about 20,000 are students, and very undergrad focused. So most of our students are working on that first 4-year bachelor's degree. Average age of somebody living in Pullman is about 22 years old. It's a really safe, really walkable town. You can get from the campus area into the downtown streets, lots of mom and pop restaurants and things like that. Student life really is the hallmark of WSU. We have a really involved campus body. Part of that is that we are not a commuter school. Our students live, work, study, play in Pullman. We are part of the Pac-12, so we have 15 college level teams that compete at the D1 level. We have 400 student clubs to choose from, clubs related to different students' majors. For example, in the College of Engineering, we have about 30 student clubs to choose from. And we have a big Greek community as well. About 1/4 of our students are part of a fraternity or sorority. So lots of things to do, and a lot of alumni come back into town on game days, really festive. You're gonna see that Coug logo all over the downtown. Everyone's gonna be wearing a lot of crimson and gray. We do have about 200 majors to choose from, so there's lots of options, and we're not impacted, so you can come in undecided, you can come in and change your major at any point. If you know exactly what you want to do, that's great. We'll get you connected with an academic advisor that first semester you're on campus. Our most top 2 majors right now are psychology and computer science. We also have a huge nursing program at WSU, and we also are home to a medical school and an a veterinary school as well. So lots of great pre-vet, pre-med options for you to choose from. We do have majors in agriculture. One of my favorite programs is our viticulture enology program, wine and fermentation sciences, a lot of wine country in Eastern Washington. And we have majors in engineering, business, the arts, a huge range of options. We are a Tier 1 research institute, so all of our faculty have areas of research when they're not teaching. It's really easy to get involved as an undergrad student in research, not that competitive. We have an honors college as well with an additional application, and we have study abroad opportunities for you. So studying abroad feels a little out of reach right now with COVID, but typically you have a lot of options throughout your 4 years if you want to do a 2-week program, a summer program, a whole semester abroad. And then we have a pretty easy application process. Our application has a $70 application fee. There are fee waivers available for students with financial need. We are no longer reviewing SAT or ACT scores going forward permanently. So that's an exciting update from us. But to apply, we'll just need your transcript and our online application. There's no essay for our application. We do have an additional application for our Honors College. The Honors College application is free to fill out. There are 2 essays as part of that. And then we are part of the WUI program as well. So for us to qualify for WUI, you just need to have a 3.6 cumulative unweighted GPA. And we also have a Cougar Award for out-of-state students if you're between a 3.2 and a 3.59. I'll put some more information in the chat, but go Cougs.
Awesome. Thank you so much for presenting on Washington State University. All right, so we have reached the end of the formal part of our presentation. We've heard from 5 great schools. I want to make sure that our attendees can check out the chat and grab any contact information, that all of our representatives are able to have that contact information in there, and just a couple minutes to think about if there's any questions that anyone who's watching live wants to ask in that Q&A box. You can be following up on something you heard or asking about a specific major or out of class activity that you might be curious about. So while we're doing that, I'd love to invite everyone to come back on screen. I have a live Q&A question for everyone. So I would love to hear from all of you about a favorite event or campus tradition or program, something that just gives a little extra insight into your unique and awesome student experiences. We're going to go in the exact same order that we presented. So we're going to start with Prescott College and work our way through each of the representatives. When the person ahead of you finishes, feel free to just turn on your microphone and answer the question. I won't call on anyone or anything while we're going through. So Kellen, if you want to kick us off.
Yeah, my favorite event at Prescott College is always our graduation. Just like everything at Prescott College, it's very unique. Our students, when they're graduating, actually choose a faculty member to kind of give them away at graduation. And the faculty member gets up and talks about that student for about a minute or 2. Then the student gets an opportunity to talk about what their plans are for what they're going off to, what job they have, what difference they plan to make in the world. So they have about 5 minutes on stage for each graduate every year, which is just awesome.
So one of my favorite events that Embry-Riddle hosts, we may not have a football team here, but our Golden Eagle flight team has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. And every year we have a huge air festival. People come from all over in order to see this. You have people parachuting out of planes, you have phenomenal planes of all types flying and doing tricks in the air. Just an amazing, amazing events that they have on campus that all accumulates into homecoming.
Hello, once again. Yeah, one of my favorite traditions for GCU is definitely Welcome Week. So Welcome Week is the week before classes begin at GCU. Students are moving into their dorms on specific days. It's a really lively environment. There's no classes going on during that whole week. You have the opportunity to attend multiple events, spiritual events, social events, athletic events, for you to start getting acquainted into the university and also meeting your roommates and new students.
My favorite is definitely the information fair that is part of our first week of the start of fall quarter. It's in the middle of our student center. There's a fountain there, and there's just tables and tables of our student clubs, over 250 of them there. They're usually giving out free swag. There's always free food. The outdoor center puts their rafts in the middle of the fountain. It's a lot of fun. It's great energy, and we love to get our students involved.
Cool. And then for WSU, one of my favorite events is Spring Fest. We have it every April, but we invite different artists to come out and perform all the way into small town Pullman. We've had T-Pain, Snoop Dogg, Billie Eilish. So there's usually food, games, sometimes even rides. So it's a lot of fun.
I love hearing about all these different events, and I hope that for anyone watching that makes you more curious, that you think, I want to go check that out, or I can see myself participating in that. That sounds awesome. It's just a little bit of extra insight into thinking, oh man, I could see myself on that campus and being a part of that community. All right, so I have one more question for everyone, because we have these amazing admissions pros here. who are not just about the facts and the figures of the process, but they know so much great advice for families and students navigating this. So I'd love to hear from each of you a piece of advice or a top tip that you have for students navigating the college search in general, and especially in the time of COVID that we've been in as well. And we're going to go in the same order again. So thanks, Colin, for starting us off.
Yeah, the number one piece of advice I always give to every student is talk to people. I was a high school guidance counselor for 8 years, and I saw this on the high school side, on the college side. When you talk to people, whether it be alumni, current students, admissions counselors, whoever, they're going to give you a much deeper view and understanding of the schools that you're looking at as a place, and kind of understand, is this a place for me? Is this a place that I can see myself spending the next 4+ years of my life? So yeah, talk to people.
It's funny, I actually have a very similar background because I was a college counselor in boarding schools. So kind of a similar sense, but just as you guys have hopefully kind of realized this evening, every college is so different out there. The application process can be really confusing and overwhelming, and every single school will do things a little bit differently. So don't assume just because one school does something one way that the other school is going to do it the same way. So definitely don't ever hesitate to reach out to any of us with any questions you have. Check in periodically, make sure that you have everything in that needs to be in, but just don't hesitate to reach out. It's nice to at least put a voice or a face if you get to meet us in person with names.
Yeah, one point of advice that I would add is visit campus, visit the campuses that you are considering. Many of these institutions, they have either free tours or accessible tours for you to come and be there for either a day or a few hours. And while you're on campus, you could really feel the traditions of the school and the opportunities of the school. You'll see the faculty, you see students. I mean, if you're able to do it during the week, even better, just to kind of see how student life is during that time frame. So yes, visit schools.
Visit schools, visit your local schools in your community, the schools that are currently offering in-person tours. So that way you have a basis for comparison when you're going to other schools outside of the state. Talk to people, but specifically talk to the current students. They're a great resource. They are just straight to the source there, why you chose the university, and they're a lot of fun to connect with.
And then I think I'll just kind of heap on what everyone else is saying, but yeah, visit different sizes of schools. You might have like a certain school in your head just that you've always wanted to attend, but going to a community college, going to a small private school, going to a larger, tier 1 school, try visiting a couple different schools and see what's a good fit for you. If you want to be in a big city environment, if you want to be in a small college town, those are all preferences and things that are going to make your 4 years really great. So visit a variety. That would be my recommendation.
Thank you all. I just want to absolutely echo everything that they are saying, opportunities to visit in person if available, virtually, and asking questions, building those relationships. I can just echo and put in a plug for all of these admission counselors and all of their colleagues on their campuses and at other schools too. These are your number one resource. They're here to help you navigate the process, to ask questions, and there's no question that's too small. I think that's the biggest thing, is that anything that seems overwhelming or confusing, or that you're just thinking, I wonder about, this is your go-to source. And if they can connect you to those other people that they're encouraging you to talk about to help you find that access and explore more. So, all right, we've reached the end of our time together, and I just want to thank everyone for watching, whether it was live or this is on the recording. We're so glad that you're here. When you close your window, you are going to get a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback that you have to provide. Oh my gosh, I can't forget to thank the representatives too. That's my favorite part. Thank you all for being here and representing your school so well, and not just sharing those facts and figures and all those logistical pieces, but just the passion you have for the student experience in and out of the classroom. And remember, everyone watching, this was just a small sneak peek. It was only 6 minutes. There's so much more to learn, and we hope that you will take advantage of following up and learning more and exploring as time goes on. Just another reminder, this was recorded. So you can find this recording and all of the other recordings at the same website where you can actually register for more programming coming up from the Rocky Mountain ACAC. There are more great sessions in coming weeks. So we hope we'll see you there as well. So you can find those recordings. You can sign up for more at strivescan.com/ RMACAC. Thanks again, everyone, for spending time and taking the time to learn more and explore. The college search process can be overwhelming, but it's a really fun adventure as you find where your next step of life will take you. Thanks again, everyone, and have a great day.